Hey guys, my name is Taya, and today I'm here to do another Walking Dead thing. The topic today is going to be how I think the outbreak started. So, how I think the outbreak started was, I'm not completely sure. So, here's the basics we know about the outbreak. You can't get infected by blood, and it's not sexually transmitted, and it's only airborne and saliva. And those are demonstrated by, the blood thing is demonstrated many times by season 2 episode Guts, when they covered themselves in blood. I know Rick said not to get in your eyes or your mouth, but if you look closely, there's blood splattering on their mouths. And also, it's further explained in season, well, not explained, but further demonstrated in season 3 when not the governor, but Merle was chasing Michonne, and she had a bunch of open wounds and she got all covered in guts. And it's also further explained in season 4 when Rick bit Joe's neck, and they're supposedly all, well, not supposedly, they're all infected, so that connection with the blood should have, killed him, but it didn't because it doesn't transfer through blood. And we know it's not sexually transmitted because if it was, then baby Judas would have been a walker from conception. So it's not sexually transmitted, and it's not blood transmitted, but we do know it's saliva and airborne. So with that being said, I think that's a hard one, because if it's not through blood, then how did it really start? I think the outbreak might have, I want to say with rats, but the only thing with that is the rat would have had to bite them for them to get infected. Because if you look at history of plagues, many plagues start with rats because they're everywhere, And yeah, but the thing is, the rats would just give off the disease, like the virus could travel to them. That's not the case with this kind of outbreak. So, it might have been rats. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie 28 Days Later, but in that movie, it started with chimpanzees who basically, the chimpanzees bit this girl and then she got infected with a virus. They're not zombies, but it was a similar virus. So I'm thinking it could have been with chimps, possibly, or I'm guessing with animals, because that's how any great plague starts, really, is with animals. Like birds, rats, just rodents in general, monkeys. So that's how I think it got started for as far as how it got spread. We do know that in the show they said, started off with a couple of weird cases on the news, and then it kind of just broke out everywhere. I think probably how it got spread was one person got out into the public and they bit someone. That someone, fought them off and probably killed them, but they didn't know the bite would turn them, and so they go bite someone else, and that person probably doesn't kill them, and that person turns and they bite someone else, and it just keeps repeating. That's how I think the virus got spread. And as far as going overseas, someone got bit, they probably fought that walker off. They travel somewhere thinking, it's nothing, maybe I could dress it up or something. A lot of people thought that in the beginning. So they go on a plane to maybe a business trip or something. They turn, they bite someone. The cycle keeps repeating everywhere and everywhere. Now, I can't exactly remember if they specified in The Walking Dead if the virus is everywhere, but if it is, that's how I think it spread, probably. But that's a tough one. Maybe the military started it somehow, but I'm not fond of that theory. I'd like to think that, if you remember episode 1, Bicycle Girl, I like to think that she is the first in Atlanta to get bitten. I know the webisodes, they explain her story, and obviously she's not the first to get bitten, but it would make sense to me because if you look at her, she is, by the time Rick kills her, she is so decomposed and just out of it. It just seems like she was the first to get bitten in Atlanta. Not the whole world, but in Atlanta, because Rick came into the apocalypse late by a month. And in that she had to have the whole month to decompose. That doesn't even make any sense as to why she's just so dead. I mean, yes, they're all dead, but she is the dead of the most. So yeah, that's my opinion on the outbreak. I think it started with animals, to be honest. An animal had to have been someone, and that's how it started. Even though, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, animals, I think, are immune to the virus. I think animals are immune to the virus in The Walking Dead, so that's probably why they weren't aware that the virus was there. So, I don't know. Anyways, yes, I think animals started the outbreak, but it's up to you to decide. I don't think they're ever going to explain literally how the outbreak started in The Walking Dead, because I don't think anyone knows, and I don't know if they're gonna overcome it or not. But those are just my opinions. So yeah, that is it for this video, I guess. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and like and comment. I make these Walking Dead videos once a week, just once. So yeah, look forward to more if you're here for them, or not look forward to more if you're not. I don't know. Also, go check out the links down below to my Tumblr, YouNow, and Twitter. Go follow me and become a fan on my YouNow, because I make streams on the weekly also. So that's pretty cool. And other than that, I will see you later, alligator.